It is the year 2023, January 2nd, and I think I should start with a card of the day. The deck, I'll just do a quick shuffle, I think, and then I'm still using the same shuffling method, but this time I'm just gonna cut through it because I don't have anything to say. Last time it was kind of like the first time of things, so kind of like went through the whole process, but this one can be just cut to when I'm done shuffling. Okay, so the deck is done shuffling. So this time I think we should draw a card for how the day should go, or in terms of, I guess, what aspect of the day I should be focusing on today, but also in terms of, the question based on yesterday's card, the Chariot, based on the question of, like, in terms of approaching or like achieving my goals, what kind of attitude should I take when approaching it? Or, is there anything I should keep in mind of? Or even, even when talking about achieving my goals, like, people have all sorts of goals that they want to achieve in their life. There are long-term goals, there are short-term goals. Like, for example, I want to get a third monitor. Right now having 2 monitors is quite enough, but having a third one I feel like would be a lot better. But it can be quite expensive getting a new monitor, and also have to get a new stand. So, there are all sorts of things that I guess I want to do in my life, even in my daily life. So I guess I should also draw a card for the sake of not just the attitude for the day, for all my goals, or even just what kind of goal I want to approach in the first place, what kind of direction I want to take. So let's see what this is going to be. Okay, 7 of coins. Let's see what this means. So, before we read the booklet of what this means, I think like one big aspect of tarot card reading is to look at the card's art and figure out like what aspect of the card kind of resonates with myself, and grab like a kind of just like a visual kind of interpretation first, and then go into the meanings to see what those visuals might mean further. So for me right now, it's 7 coins with vines entangled with it. And if I remember correctly, like the coins are supposed to stand for the element of earth. So it's supposed to be about something, I guess, more grounded, more physical. And I think it's also about like nature. So you see the vines going forward here, and I think that means it's could be telling me that in terms of my goals and how I should approach them, should be something more about like basically being more grounded, being more not exactly like nature focused, like, I don't know, like having a plant or something, but just something that is more what do you call it, like earthly, like having a goal that is more realistic and is able to like more easily get a hold of, than having some kind of like more like grandeur kind of like dreams or ambitions. And here, something I'm kind of like seeing about this card is this coin here, where it has all these like, where the vines kind of like go across each other. And I wonder if this means that, there's going to be a cross path of some kind, or whether there is going to, or whether this means that, I don't know if I should interpret this in a good way or a bad way, but I feel like in terms of like, in a good sense, I think this might mean that, it's about like to be more deeply rooted with your surroundings, with with people like your family, your friends, basically to be more aligned with them, to focus more on the people and the things around you, the physical things, and not be overwhelmed and overtaken by whatever, I guess, ideas or like ideals I might uphold, and be kind of like distracted from focusing on what like are like truly important, which are my friends and families. Now, in a bad sense, I think it means that it is basically the same idea, but being like too like overly attached. Where to me, this almost looks like it's like being strangled by the vine, where I might be like too focused on, you know, on the people, where I forget who myself am, and that could also lead me to, like, I guess, an unhappy life. You know, it's just code reading, some confirmation bias again. This is nothing like too serious. We're just kind of like going by the feels. Now let's see what the booklet says. 7 of coins. Okay. Profit, growth, and progress. Okay, so that's my dog. But this is what the vines mean. It's profit and growth and progress. Okay. Valuable assets, fruits of labor, hard toil on a learning curve. So I guess that's what the twisting vines mean. Anxiety around money, potential for improved status or work promotion. Yeah, hardworking, I think, is definitely one of the main features here, but it seems like things are looking pretty positive for today. There's going to be a lot of growth and progress for myself, I suppose. Anxiety around money, I don't know, maybe it's the monitor that I was talking about earlier. Improved status or work promotion? Well, I certainly hope so. Oh, my job pays like crap, so I definitely hope there's some kind of betterment in that department. Fruits of labor, hard toil, on a learning curve. I wonder what this means for my long-term goals, though. I guess for my short-term goals, it's just to do better at work, but what does it mean for long-term? I don't know. Kind of difficult for me to understand. You know what? Maybe this is what I was talking about earlier, about being more grounded. Because I guess in terms of like long-term goals, the ideas in my head are definitely more abstract and more grandeur, or like harder to achieve than I am physically capable, I think. Like, dream big, but not dream too big, I think, should be the lesson of the day here. And I'll just take this as a sign of telling me to, I guess, keep things more grounded. The fact that this is also a minor arcana card, if I remember correctly, minor arcanas are basically cards that tell you to focus on the more like daily things, where the major arcanas are more focused around the major events of one's life. So here, we're taught, I guess, the lesson of the day would be to keep yourself grounded. Don't think about, or maybe not don't think, but just, focus on things that are more easily like approachable and can be gained through just simple like fruits of labor, right? Because, for example, if I want to become, I don't know, I want to win the Nobel Prize. Well, that's not really something you can win just through like fruits of labor. So maybe just take one step at a time, even though the step may not be towards something that, I want to achieve in the end, but it is a step nonetheless, and see where life will take me. Maybe it will take me to some kind of divergent path that I will have to make a decision, or present itself as an opportunity where I will be able to go back to where I wanted to go in the first place. Or I can just keep going at it and see how it goes. It is 2 separate vines here. So maybe I can, maybe it is not that if I take one path, the other one is abandoned. Maybe it is simply a case that one path or both paths are going to be growing all together, supporting each other, and eventually it's going to cross each other anyways. So there's not really much worry for me. It's like, this is such a bad analogy. It's like the game Vampire Survivors, where eventually you are going to get all the upgrades. So you don't really have to worry too much about it. You'll get everything eventually. Like whatever beginner path you're gonna take, doesn't really matter. It is just the beginning anyways. But yeah, that's, I guess, card of the day and a bit of what I want to talk about. Looking good, and the dog is, I guess, getting a bit restless, so I'll just go walk him. Taking care of the things that are around me, the physical things, the friends and family. Yeah. Well, I don't really know what kind of visuals I should have for a video journal. Last time it was just my carpet. Same with this morning. So I thought, I guess I should have something in front of the screen. So I was originally thinking about doing it beside, there's a little forest and a little river beside where I live. I thought maybe I should do it there because it's nice scenery, but I just completely forgot about it. And right now it's still winter, so the day gets dark pretty soon. It's not really the best place to video record anything. So I'm just at my balcony with these little garden gnomes and these little what are they? Like green onions. So a day has passed, and I took some time to kind of reflect upon what really means to, I guess, achieve my goals, or even just approaching my goals, I guess. Because the day before and this morning, I think I said multiple times where I'm just like, oh yeah, I kind of have an idea of what the cards mean, and I talked a lot about how I should approach my goals, but never being really specific with what I mean by my goals. And thinking back upon it, I feel like I just honestly don't know. There are some rough ideas I have for myself, but the ideas themselves are so obscure, and they're not vivid goals. They're not goals that some other people might have, where it's oh yeah, I know I want to do this, or it's oh yeah, I know I want to do that. For me, I don't really have that. There are people that, ooh, I guess there are just a lot of voice. I guess there are just a lot of ways one can approach life. Maybe I've just played too many video games or something, but I've never been the biggest fan of open world games because I just don't know what to do in them, and I think it's just the same situation happening, but with real life, which honestly it sounds quite concerning. My worries are very weird when you really think about it, because I'm literally worrying about nothing. I don't even know what I should be worried about. In a rough sense, I'm not gonna talk too much about what
like I personally want and stuff like that. But in a rough sense, like my goals or what I want for myself is very abstract. I feel like I use that word a lot, but it really is. Like I just want to be like a great person, quote unquote. Not like someone amazing, but just like having some kind of influence on this world that is not just like I I think I just don't want to be an average Joe. And I don't see myself being happy living like that. Right now I am living the life like that, like in terms of like my job, in terms of like the people that I have connections with, that I connect with, interact with. Like nothing in my life right now has any aspect to it that is like exciting, that is like, I don't know, like gives me passion. But then when asked, well, then what is it that would give me passion, that would make me passionate about? And I can't answer that either. And I feel so bad about myself because of that, because I'm literally like complaining about all these things while not even knowing what is it that I want. So what am I even complaining for? I feel like this is maybe I don't even, the thing is, like, I don't know how common this kind of mindset is. I've heard that, you know, a lot of people are just lost, you know, in life as well, and they just go along with it. But I feel like for me, I can't handle just going along with it. I can't handle just like being lost like this. It's pretty cold outside right now. So I'm also talking about something quite making me quite like, I guess, pumped up. So I can feel myself kind of like shivering a bit. Not, but I don't know if it's because I'm shivering from the cold, or it's from the excitement I'm getting from like talking about these things about myself. But yeah, that's just how it is right now. You know, this morning I talked about how I might worry, I have this worry about, you know, whatever it is I am doing right now, the life I am living right now, might distract myself from what I truly want. But just what is it that I truly want? I don't know, fame and glory, I want money, you know, the most basic things. But I don't know, is there anything more to these? Is there anything that even make me worthy of like getting, like when we talk about like fame and glory, obviously I'm not gonna get fame and glory from just like doing average things, but what is it that I can do exceptionally well? Or what is it that I want to work towards? Like yeah, like what is it that I want to do with myself? I don't know, and it frustrates me so much. If you didn't know, I've been petting my dog this whole time. Carl, look at him. What a cute boy. There you go. Yeah, I'm trying to record this out here on the balcony, and I guess he just heard me from the inside the house, so he was like, no, he just wants to hang out. It's been quite lonely these few days because it's the holidays, and we've been heading out to places, but many places don't really allow dogs, so it's kind of just been left alone. Oh well. Well, the holidays are ending right now, so I guess I'll have more time to spend with my dog. Even though that kind of sounds weird. I don't know. I just I think my anxiety just firstly comes from not knowing what the heck I am doing or where I am even heading towards. And second of all is just not even knowing about like what about everyone else. Right? Like there is no like average point for a person. What is an average person anyways? What kind of, like there might be like an average kind of like lifestyle. You know, we talk about middle class stuff like that, but what about like the average mindset? What do the average people think about? What goes on in their lives? What kind of anxieties do they have? What kind of worries do they have? You know, when asking themselves similar questions that I am asking right now, what kind of responses are they going to give, and what kind of actions do they take in their life to kind of reflect what they say? I don't know. A lot of things to ponder about, but obviously there's no clear answer to these things. You know what? I think I've said enough. It's still quite cold outside. I think it's like below 0 or something right now, even though it's supposed to be a bit warmer now. But yeah, it's been a good day.